but restoring ties will also boost trade relations in different fields. Shukri added Egypt is working for a while on removing hurdles facing any Turkish investors. He also added both diplomats tackled a number of regional issues of mutual concern and means of working and consultation to achieve interests of both countries. For his part, Turkish Foreign Minister showed his appreciation to the Egyptian humanitarian aid to Turkey after the devastating earthquakes. Turkish Foreign Minister also said both sides are working on boosting ties between Turkey and Egypt and holding a summit between President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He added that Egypt and Turkey are working on continuing consultations and talks on all levels and urged Turkish companies to double investments in Egypt. Cavusoglu asserted Turkey insists on working on restoring bilateral relations and said talks tackle the Palestinian cause and evading unrest at Al-Aqsa Mosque, in addition to achieving stability in the Palestinian territories. Cavusoglu added they also discussed the repercussions of the Ukrainian war crisis. The press conference followed talks between the Egyptian and Turkish delegations on bilateral relations, as well as regional issues of mutual concern. Shukri had earlier received his Turkish counterpart in Cairo in his first official visit to Egypt in more than 10 years. The Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces, Osama Askar, stressed on Egypt's keenness to promote military cooperation and exchange expertise with Qatar. This came during a meeting on Saturday with the visiting Qatari counterpart Salim bin Hamad bin Aqil Al Nebet and his accompanying delegation. We have more details in this report. Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces Osama Askar received on Saturday the visiting Qatari counterpart Salim bin Hamad bin Aqil Al Nebet and his accompanying delegation. An official reception ceremony was held for the Qatari official at the headquarters of the General Secretariat of the Ministry of Defense. The two officials reviewed the Guard of Honor and the national anthems of both countries were also played. The meeting dealt with discussing issues of joint interest in light of the military cooperation ties in addition to bilateral coordination and means of enhancing them. Two Chief of Staffs presided over the closing session of the first meeting of the Egyptian-Qatari Military Committee in the presence of a number of commanders of the armed forces from the two countries. During the meeting, Askar stressed Egypt's keenness to promote military cooperation and exchange expertise with Qatar, referring to the consensus of visions on joint plans for the benefit of the armed forces and the two brotherly nations. For his part, the Qatari Chief of Staff highlighted the importance of boosting joint military drills during the coming period to achieve mutual interest of two countries, and they also toured a number of military units. The meeting and tour were attended by a number of Egyptian and Qatari military commanders and officers, as well as the Qatari ambassador to Egypt. Under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the 23rd phase of the We Are All One initiative continues its activities nationwide. The initiative aims to provide various food and non-food commodities to citizens at low prices. The initiative has hundreds of branches, including key super and hypermarkets nationwide, as well as the Interior Ministry's outlets, Amen. Interior Ministries announced the increase of super and hypermarkets participating in the initiative. Commodities are being sold at a discount of 25 to 60% of their market price. Hundreds of elite officers in Israel's military reserves say they will not show up for duty starting Sunday in protest over the government's plans to overhaul the judicial system. We have the details. Hundreds of elite officers in Israel's military reserve say they will not show up for duty starting Sunday in protest of the government's plans to overhaul the judicial system. The firm date is the first time set for an unprecedented political protest within the security services. Israeli Prime